value. See, when we look at this mug, we value it differently. You may say, why would I spend $20 on this mug? And for me, I have a lot more value to this. I don't actually know how much it was because it was a gift from my girlfriend. And to me, this is more than just a mug. It's a mug from somebody that I really care about, and I appreciate that they got this for my birthday. Also, this mug is awesome. It keeps literally all of my drinks warm for like hours. It's a mirror mug. It's amazing. So to me, this is like the best. If this was $20, this is like the best $20 I would have ever spent in a whole year. Like, I use this every single day. So to me, the value of this is amazing. It's incredible. It's priceless. But if you see this on a shelf, you may think, I don't want to spend $20 on a mug. I think that's overpriced. See, value is kind of arbitrary. There's no tangibles, right? Someone can see the Mona Lisa and think that is the best thing ever. I've seen it in person. I'm not very impressed by it. I kind of understand the history behind it. I've studied it. I get it. But also, like, it doesn't mean much to me. But there are other pieces of works of art that I love. But again, some people are willing to pay millions for something that some people think is worth $2. So it's just really arbitrary. But what's interesting is, it's easy to kind of say that cell phone is too expensive or not, or this camera is cheap or expensive. We all have our different perspectives, but it's interesting to value yourself. Like, when you're in the marketplace, like, how much do you value your skills, your services, like at your job, in your career? And it's one thing to think about it. It's another thing to actually say real numbers, like hundreds of dollars for X task, or a few $1,000s, or whatever. And I feel like I can look at other people and see their value and say, oh, that's cheap or that's expensive, and I've got my own, ways in which to see value, I guess. But when I look at myself, it's skewed. Like, I don't value myself as highly. And I was talking with one of my coaches. I have a coach, and he's just a friend, and he was reaching out to me, and we're just talking about business, and he was basically just saying straight up, like, dude, you charge way too little for your skill and for what you do for people. And I was like, I feel that. Like, I feel like that's true. But to me, if I said the price that I really want to say, I'm afraid of rejection, or maybe I'm just wrong and like just scared of saying the price or how I value myself. And I think that is just like an interesting thing, because when I look at this mug, it's like, yeah, like this is priceless. I see it, but also up front it's $20, but maybe there's more value to it than beyond that $20, and that could be hard to see. And I think it's just one of those things when you're putting yourself out there, it's a very vulnerable thing, and so you don't want to get rejected, so you just downgrade your value, and you cheapen yourself, and then you feel like crap even if you get hired, because you've already cheapened yourself. And so then you just feel cheap. You don't feel good about what you're doing or who you are, because you've just cheapened and devalued what your value is. And I just think that it's so hard to stick to your core value. Like, if you know you're worth $2,000 for a project, like, okay, you're worth $2,000 for a project. If they're not willing to pay that, then they're not willing to work with you, and that's okay, because there are people that are willing to spend that $2,000. You just got to find the people that are willing to see and merit your value the same way you merit yourself. That's a lot easier said than done, but I feel like I'm working my way to not only seeing my value, but being able to speak that out loud and actually demand that from others. So if you have ever put yourself out there, it's scary. So you're not alone in that, and that's why I'm making this video. But I also want people to know that you should start thinking about what is your value in the marketplace. How do you see yourself in your career? How do you see yourself at your job? And are you willing to ask for the things that you need in your life? And have boundaries on your value. Don't let other people cheapen you or cheapen your work or cheapen who you are, not only as a person, but as somebody who works for them or works for yourself. Guys, I make videos and podcasts every single day, so please subscribe, like, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode of Understanding Adulthood. Peace and love.